a lot of people are going to say, how much is that thing?
It's
and then guys
$4,600.
like Aliex are going to go, how much is that thing? Right? And then...
Oye, estamos en ALIEX 2024. ¿Habla español?
No, man, I'm sorry. I know the last name.
Dude.
Leave me alone. I got a last name Alvarez. And I don't speak
Why is that?
I took Spanish my whole life growing up. I was able to speak Spanish. I stopped taking it in school for 2 years. I forgot everything.
Just like my kid. He's 13. He doesn't. I mean, I speak Aliex. I don't speak English.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey guys, ALIEX 2024. We're here at the PowerPole booth, and they have all kind of powerful things. So we got Mr. Anthony here. He's gonna give a full walkthrough of the entire thing, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through the entire booth, start to finish, give y'all some background on us if you are not familiar. We came into the game as a shallow water anchor company. That's 25 years ago now. Since then, we've expanded. We are far from a shallow water anchor company. We have a, in my opinion, humble opinion, slightly biased, the coolest battery management system on the market. On the fly, you could charge your trolling motor battery with up to 40 amps of power. So if you have an alternator that can put out 60 amps, we can take 40 of that and dump it straight into your lithium trolling motor battery. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Next biggest thing, and we should have started with this since we are a, you know, shallow water anchor company. We came out this year with one pump that will actuate and run 2 poles with ease. As of last night, we won Best in Category for motorized boating accessory on the heels of winning that same award last year for our Move trolling motor. So we're pretty happy and pretty proud of that. And again, option with the blades, one pump that runs 2 poles. Pump has a couple things as well that are a little bit cooler than our prior pumps. There's a quick release bracket that mounts to the floor and or the wall, also with 2 billet pressure release valves on either side of the bank on that manifold there, so you can get your poles up if you have some sort of electrical failure if they were down. Otherwise, only other thing I could really think of that would be new and really stand out-ish is that 110-inch shaft on that trolling motor. Oh my gosh, man, that's for all the offshore boats. It's something that, you know, we knew we had to do with how big offshore fishing is getting and how much people can't stand pulling anchor. So we knew that we had to do something that is still built on the same premise of our motor that we launched last year, just beefed up and stiffened up in a couple different places, where still boasting our beautiful titanium shaft that's warranted for life, has a thicker wall, and now with a carbon fiber insert helping it return back to 0, minimizing as much shaft deflection as possible. Because when those things start to bend, you're not really putting down enough power to hold you put. So ours still flexes, but nowhere near as bad as others. What else? Right behind you, we got our, what is that? That is our ZR. That is our, quote, freshwater motor. The only thing that's really freshwater about it is how it deploys. Commonly misconstrued, the color black with trolling motors means freshwater, but we have redfish anglers that are eating that up because they can actually now use a foot pedal to drive their boat versus a remote when trying to fish for redfish with artificial lures. So everybody's seeming to like that aspect of that motor. Also comes in white, so if you do have a white boat or a flats boat, you want to throw that style motor on, you now can. But take a little lap around here. Got some cool integration with Raymarine coming out for all of our trolling motors, that is. Not really anchors as much, but that set points, go-tos, and makes life on the water just a little bit easier. Right here, that is our 84. Next to the existing 72 that we came out with last year. All motors, I forgot to touch on, are 24 or 36 volts. That's whether it be from lead acid battery power or lithium, you'll achieve 78 or 100 true pounds of thrust with 36 volts. So again, more of our moves, more of our shaft sizes. Right there at the very end, there is our new 36-inch shaft. So a lot of kayak guys, a lot of the, you know.
Dude over there. What is that dude over here?
A lot of crazy kayak guys here. We'll likely find a way to make this work. That or the Tiny Boat Nation guys. I mean, taking these John boats that are, I mean, what? Putting even shallow water anchors on the back of these John boats.
I think Chad needs the big one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the big one on
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I already have the big one.
Oh,
No, like the
Whoa.
tall one. The skybreaker one.
Yeah, you don't set me up like that, bro. Expect me not to dunk it.
That's the adorable new 36-inch shaft. Comes in, yes, 24 or 36 volts still. Well, yeah, 78 or 100 pounds of thrust. I feel like in a kayak or plane close to.
So, Chad, what do you think about that?
I think it's like, I called it yesterday, I think it's the best thing at ICAST this year if you're a kayak fisherman, because it's 24 or 36, you don't have to do anything to make it adjust. So if you already bought a 24 volt battery, if you've already bought a 36 volt battery, you don't have to do anything. You're gonna get that true 80 foot-pounds of thrust on the 24 volt, and you're gonna get a true 100 pounds of thrust on the 36 volt system. You're gonna get not the quietest motor on the market, but the silent motor. Yeah. The signature on this thing from the hydrophonic testing is not even in the ballpark. Every other motor is quiet. This one's silent. So I'm looking forward to it. I've been a stern mount guy forever because the biggest limitation for bow mounts for kayaks has been they're slow.
Yeah.
Now you've got bow mount. It's 30 pounds. And it's probably going to be the fastest boat ever motor put on a kayak
And
for now.
efficient with power.
Efficient,
Super efficient
clean,
with
not a lot of BS electrical signal put into the field around your boat, which a lot of people don't think about because it's brushless. And so, I mean, I really think PowerPole has designed the perfect motor.
Thank you, man. And it'll only get better, you know. This
And they
was
got the
something
longest
that-
shaft and the shortest shaft, so they got something for everybody.
We do. We do. Too good.
We gotta make it 8 minutes because we need more advertisement.
Wait, we need more? Okay.
Yeah. What do you think I got this guy in the video?
Fair enough, fair enough.
So what did you tell him?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Oh, 8 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta pay the bills, bro.
What
Come
are
on.
we at? 6?
I don't know. What price point?
Price point. That's
Okay,
right,
actually,
that's
here, I'll
right.
help him. I'll carry you. All right, so here's the other question,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
A lot of people are going to say, how much is that thing?
It's
and then guys
$4,600.
like Aliex are going to go, how much is that thing? Right? And then immediately the naysayers come into the conversation.
Absolutely. They always do.
$4,800? Oh my God. And then you say, it's only $4,600. Right?
Yeah,
Makes it sound a little cheaper.
Yeah, just
but
a little bit.
let me just say this.
What?
When we announced the Bonafide XTR 130, the first thing that the community said was, now we got to allow 2 motors.
Yeah.
So I want to point this out for the clowns out there that are lighting the internet up with the price thing.
Yeah.
If you're buying a bow mount and a stern mount and batteries to run both of them, you're
much are you
spending more money than it costs to buy this motor. So from that standpoint, and the fact that it's the most efficient when it comes to using power, managing power, and the cleanest operation, I really think the price point is where it needs to be, considering it can potentially replace.
It can.
Will it replace your stern motor?
All right, so he asked me, is it going to replace my stern motor? Well, for me, there's a lot of applications where I like the stern motor because I'm running up over logs and I'm running up over rocks and I'm doing those kind of things. But for GPS spot lock, for holding position, for fishing deeper water, for doing that stuff that I do 70% of the time, it's the standalone solution. So when I'm running that, I'm not gonna need a stern mount.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of applications where, like, if you're a river fisherman, you're gonna have an outboard boat and you're gonna have a inboard jet drive boat. So there's gonna be situations where I'm using a stern mount. I love my Torpedo, but then there's gonna be situations where I'm running this, but I don't need to run both motors.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about it. But if you're in that position where you only fish one certain way, you got to make that decision for yourself. What I love about the fact that PowerPole has taken one of the most popular and one of the most efficient and powerful motors on the market and brought it to the kayak game is it just gives us more options.
It does.
The more options we have, the more control over how we fish we have, and the more efficiency we have when we're out on the water, the less frustration we experience, the more success we experience, and the more we want to do it.
And let's talk about, men, the inevitable. Everything breaks.
Yes.
Especially if they're wearing a brand name and tells you that their stuff doesn't break.
Anything
lying.
mechanical, electrical, or made by a human
Will
the
break.
potential to break. So redundancy
Potential,
is
no, it
always
will
a good
break.
thing.
So-
no, yeah, it's not if it's going to break, it's when and how bad.
And if or when that may happen, we're based in Tampa, Florida. There are 15 people. So people think we're a massive company.
Actually, let me
15
say this because it'll mean more coming from me than
Let's
you
hear it,
wearing this.
let's hear it.
The reason I went with PowerPole and the reason I started beating the drum with the PowerPole micro anchor is because I had seen 3 or 4 friends of mine have problems. Most of it was self-induced, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Tends to be.
with their power poles, and I saw the customer service.
That's what we pride
I've
ourselves.
experienced the customer service. I get more feedback from my fans and my followers about, hey, I had a problem with this or that, and I called PowerPole. I got to speak to a human.
Yeah.
They took care of my unit. They sent me an RA, and I was back in business.
Done. Yeah.
And look, I called customer service one time and said, I'm at a tournament.
Cool.
The person
We'll
in
drop
customer
you.
service didn't know that I was a pro staffer. Had no clue. I didn't play the pro staffer card.
Yep.
I was going to at the end, but before I had a chance, he came back on the phone and said, all right, Mr. Hoover, I need to get your address for the hotel you're staying at. I need to know when you need to be back on the water. And he had a motor, a micro anchor, at my hotel front desk the next morning, so I didn't miss a day of pre-fishing. I didn't miss a day of the tournament. And so again, when you talk about standing behind a product and you talk about customer service, I'll say this, and anybody else that I'm affiliated with can get mad if they want to. Step your game up. PowerPole has the best customer service in the fishing industry, hands down.
Thank you.
So didn't
Thank
I send you a message maybe 6-7 months ago that they replaced it?
Yeah.
Like no questions asked.
Actually, you're one of the people. Yeah, exactly.
No,
so
And his
it's what
reply
we-
was best customer service in the game.
It's
That's
what we pride ourselves in.
yeah,
We built
you could
our company
screenshot
on
that
it.
text and put it in the dang on thing because that wasn't planned.
My phone is broken.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
no.
do it. I'll
Oh,
do
no.
it for you.
Okay.
But cool. At that, the same service, same troubleshooting. We'll get parts wherever you need it. It has been implemented on this motor.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman standing in the front of this booth that took the better part of 3 days to record every single YouTube video showing you how to replace any single part on the motor.
Nice.
So you could call us up, and the motor will tell on itself too. There's a display screen on it
Yeah.
that'll prompt a code when an issue may arise. That code is, very
It's a diagnostic
helpful for
system
us. Yes,
to help you
very
get you back on the
helpful.
water.
You call in, say, hey, I got a blah, blah, blah code. We will say, hey, try this, that, or whatever. If it's to no avail, here's a part, here's a YouTube video on replacing that part. Send us back the old. Let us know what happened.
And dude, I'm gonna say it one more time. It doesn't matter if you're Chris Lane,
No.
who won the Classic and is sponsored by them. It doesn't matter if you're Chad Hoover. It doesn't matter if you're Aliex. It doesn't matter if you're Billy Smith from Crooked Elbow,
I'm a
Alabama.
big guy.
They're going to
I'm
take
important.
care of you. And I'm gonna say it one more time. Best customer service in the fishing industry.
Thank you.
Hands down.
Okay, but Chad, can you help me get one of these to test it? Can you?
I'll
Here,
Here.
it's right there. It's right
Yeah,
there.
that one.
Yeah.
See, 'cause
Grab
if-
it, run, quick.
Because
Hurry.
if I send an email to them, they're gonna be, who is this guy?
Who's this? Who's who?
Me. Who is me?
You?
Yeah.
You're an influencer.
There you go.
You do everything. I've seen
Everything.
you around.
Oh, you have?
Oh yeah, I've seen you
Oh.
around. We'll get you helped out.
Awesome, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
got a card, Chris? You're on camera, bro. No, you're not Chris.
I'm not Chris.
You're Anthony.
That is.
You know how many Chris I've seen so far today? 3.
A lot. There's a lot of Chris's.
Yeah. Sorry, Anthony.
No, you are okay. You're okay.
All right, go.
Yes.